Folks, welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier paranormal preparedness podcast. My name's Jordan Dahl.
I am Roger Norquist.
Today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by Monstroko Regloving Cream. Put it directly on the bone and grow back a version of what we call skin. Monstroko Regloving Cream. Oh, don't eat it. It's going to be a tough couple of days afterwards, no lies. But it will do a full body reglove.
Nice. Will it make me tan, or will I retain this pastiness that blinds my lady when she's trying to sleep?
I got a tube of it right here.
Okay.
Spiders, margins. New skin may look completely unlike previous skin. So yeah, there's a chance. It doesn't say that there's any way to control it, but
yeah. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice, Raggedy Man. That was actually Monstroko's original slogan. So this week, I wanted to talk to you about... So there's a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about. First of all, I saw a video of a guy taking a bong rip of like Vietnamese tobacco.
Dude.
Have you seen this?
No, but I know about it. I know about your Korean and Vietnamese tobaccos and how
Dude looked like he was about to have an aneurysm.
Dude, it is you know how we think like American spirits are your tough man?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. No.
It's like the dab of tobacco, right?
It is intense, let alone you're not supposed to be doing bong loads of any tobacco.
Crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
But I have not seen it. Does he die? Does he become a ghost? Is your segment about ghosts?
No, he comes out of it. He's okay. But it really looks like he has a bad time. And it's like, damn, dude. And the guy gives him the bag and he's like, here, you can smoke the rest of that at home. And the guy's like, he's trying to drink from a cup. And it's crazy. It's like watching somebody on salvia where you're like, oh, buddy is flipping out. He can't drink from it. And he can't, like, it just falls out of his mouth. It's crazy. Very upsetting. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is mole people.
I see. These have nothing to do. Wait. I know how it
do
connects.
They?
Yeah, I know it connects. I'll let you go on.
No, there will be no connection. Expect no segues. Expect no coherence from me. I just want to talk about mole people. It's been on my mind. I'm drawing mole people. Mole people are a pretty persistent character in our fiction, right?
They are very much so. Yes, they're
one of the lesser performing Universal monsters, I believe. I think it was a Universal film. There was a mole people movie. Let's look it up real quick.
I don't know.
Yeah, 1956.
Right. I'm gonna make us large.
It doesn't look like they were. They're not actually Universal. It looks like, but they were. Distributed by Universal Pictures. They tried to make.
Let me share it with us. Here you have the ability to share. Let me see this nonsense. I have no idea about this movie.
Okay. So I'll give you a good edit point here.
I don't need edit points. I edit using the damn.
They made a movie about the mole people. Universal Pictures was trying to stage the mole person as something of a one of the Universal monsters, if you will. I'll find some other pictures of the actual monster here to share with you because it's quite scary. But it never really got the grasp on the public psyche in the way that, say, your Gillman or your Werewolf did. And it's because he looks kind of goofy. The hands, aside from the hands, doesn't really look like a mole.
They made him look too mole-like.
No, I don't think he looks like a mole. His face is like almost like an insect, or is that
it's reptilian
beak going on there? Anyway, the bottom line is, here's a look at the face. This is very strange. The bottom line is kind of goofy looking. And yet, uh, yeah, he's got like a weird like baleen mouth or something. Uh,
Yeah, he doesn't eat flesh. You have nothing to worry about
Maybe
from
he
this
eats
man.
dirt, and
He eats the
he
mold
wears
on dirt.
clothes, so he knows the Christian concept of shame.
Oh, good, good. That means his soul can be saved.
Uh, so and yet this idea sticks with us, right? That there are monsters that come from beneath the ground. There's something down there.
And I think that
And
poster was correct. Lost Age, you know, like this is from a
people,
time.
well, that's the thing. It's kind of a vestige, perhaps like sort of an ancestral fear of what lurks in the caves, what lurks in the darkness. Perhaps, uh, more and more people are making this connection between Bigfoot and kind of Green Man and these sort of fictional races that came before quote unquote modern people, connecting that to sort of Paleolithic people. And there was, while we lived alongside them for a period, there was this separation of the kind of other out there. Um, but there are a lot of um stories. There are a lot of stories of subterranean monsters, of critters, of
Whole
even
civilizations.
even mole people. They call them the mole people, quote unquote, living in New York City. They live in the subway tunnels and the steam tunnels and abandoned stations and such down there. Completely out of the way, like out of completely disconnected from society outside of like a couple of people who maybe bring groceries or something.
Was it in New York or was it in Vegas where yeah, the chat's got it,
Vegas,
Cheeseball got it. Yeah, the Vegas mole person community that
yeah.
decided to show themselves and really give it to normal society.
And
There's people
honestly,
underneath your feet, man.
and honestly, I dig it. I get it. I feel subterranean. I don't know why. It's hard to it's hard to put a finger on, but in the tunnels, I like it. I feel safe.
I don't have issues with it either, other than you need your sun. You're gonna go mad. You're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
scurvy and whatnot. You have
Well,
no
and
vitamin
maybe,
D. It's not
maybe
humans
Roger,
are meant to live,
maybe,
Jordan. Humans are meant to live above ground. I know you think you like the tunnels, but
maybe if you go too long without vitamin D, you start to turn into something else, something that's not exactly human, maybe something uh maybe connected to these Paleolithic ancestors, these cave dwellers. Maybe some of them walked out into the light, maybe some of them walked inward toward the sounds
hmm.
within the
Are you
cave.
talking a subspecies of
I'm talking
Homo
descent. I'm talking
erectus
the descent. I'm talking
that went
pale
into the
crawlers. I'm
caves?
talking gnomes. I'm talking dwarves. I'm talking mole people. I'm talking subterranean dwellers today. That's right. It's the underground with Jordan. Welcome to the paranormal underground. That's what we're calling it. I just named it right now. So I
I
wanted
dig
to
it.
touch on a few famous. I'm drawing mole people, which has got me thinking about underground cryptids and such. And I actually saw a really interesting article this morning. And before we get into any of my material, I just wanted to ask you this same question. Um, this person was talking about how like we talk about how the sea is so vast and
Sure.
how the forest is so vast and like anything could be living in there. Who's to say that a bipedal ape that's incredibly invested in solitude and avoids human contact as a matter of survival couldn't exist in the deep forests, the deep, deep forests of the Pacific Northwest or the Congo or the Amazon or something. Who's to say that? But then uh, we forget that there's this whole globe-ass globe of at least like how thick is the mantle of the Earth?
18.
18 Earth units thick,
But it's pretty thick. We think of it as thin, but by
thick
human
enough,
standards, by like creatures our size, the
thick
mantle
enough
is is infinite. Like there's so many caves you
Thick
can get
enough for
into.
caves, enough to fit the human population
So many caves.
time and time again. The current human pop. That we just don't know about. And they haven't mapped them. They've scanned, they've found like hollows and
Yeah.
massive networks and stuff. But who's to say that there isn't a chance that life finds a way and continue to evolve down there.
On top
Uh,
of that, do you know about the aquatic ape theory?
aquatic ape
I saw
theory.
a TED talk, an official
Mhm.
one by a anthropologist who was dying, so she decided to release all of her fun research. And she proposes that humans came from an offshoot of apes that were coastal and more aquatic. Who's to say? I love the idea that at the same time, some apes went, you know what? I fucking like the lichen growing on this rock. I don't got to deal with predators. I'm going into the cave. And then everything you described
Hell
happened.
yeah.
Like totally legitimate.
Hell yeah.
Over millions of years, they develop a no need for vitamin D, or they get it some other
Get
way,
it some
or
other how.
they're fine with scurvy.
Or maybe they were already some kind of mutation that was leaning away from. Maybe there was a tribe of people who split off long enough ago that they lived in the shade and already developed kind of uh,
Their
a
glands just make
robust
vitamin D. It's
a
weird.
robust vitamin D absorption system.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're not talking about humans at all. Maybe that's, I mean, this is all,
I
I
consider the
understand that
apes
we
that
are not
offshoot humans as well.
scientists. We're a couple of baked morons
No, no, we
on
learned from our
various
buddy Jason.
couches.
We're
That's true.
researchers.
That's
Experts are
true.
when you get a
Field
PhD.
researchers,
Well, we're
baby.
not. Wait, we are in redacted. We're in the field,
Hey,
baby.
I'm down there looking for the mole cities, all of that. I want to meet the
You
mole
are.
king. Uh,
Anyway, we're researchers. What are you?
anyway, um, point being, I would like to talk about some of these subterranean cryptoids that I've come across, some of my faves. Um, first up was one that I'd never heard of, was the Toronto Tunnel Monster.
The
Oh God,
Toronto
it got Roger.
Tunnel Monster.
The
It did
Toronto
for a moment. I
Tunnel
felt a tickle on
Monster.
my toes, but then it just turned out to be the raccoon that lives in my floor. So we're
The,
good.
the city of Toronto once had numerous streams and waterways that, as the city expanded, this is from cryptids.fandom.com, shout out fandom.com, they do great work, were built over and became a network of underground waterways, buried beneath the city and merging with the sewer systems. The Algonquin tribes of Canada spoke of man-like hairy creatures that thrived in these rivers before they were hidden away from the public. In 1978, a similar monkey-like creature was sighted living in an underground tunnel in Toronto.
Interesting.
Paranormal Underground.
Very interesting.
So the Toronto Tunnel Monster, there's a legend from a native legend from the area from Algonquin mythology called about the Memigwese. Also sometimes known as the Mimigwashi, are small water spirits, usually said to inhabit rivers or river banks in Algonquin mythology. Their name is pronounced Memigwesi. Memigwesi are small riverbank dwelling water spirits. We already got that. They
Mm-hmm.
are generally benign creatures, but sometimes blow canoes astray or steal things when they are not shown proper respect. In some Ojibwe traditions, Memegwesi, can only be seen by children and medicine people. In others, they can appear to anyone and may help humans who give them tobacco and other gifts. Um,
I like these
interesting.
Mimigwese. I like things that show that you got to show hospitality to.
Yeah,
them and I are gonna be screaming at that new Odyssey movie when it's all about like war and memories and has nothing to do with about the different standards of Greek hospitality and how you are
sure,
to act in all of these circumstances.
sure. That makes sense. Uh, in Others, hang on, Memegwese can only be seen by children and medicine people, just like in I'm reading a great comic book called Something is Killing the Children. Uh, that Same thing. Only
Is it a
children
series
and
or
these special people can see the monsters.
is it a
Yeah, it's a
series or a
series.
single?
It's a series. Um,
Look out for it, people. Jordan knows good comics.
Most often, Memegwese are described as being child-sized and hairy with a large head and a strange voice that sounds like the whine of a dragonfly. Roger, can we get the whine of a dragonfly real quick?
Zzz, zzz,
Pretty good. I
zzz.
imagine.
They have a bunch of dragonflies around my work for some reason, so I hear them all the time.
Mm.
It's actually quite magical on my break.
That's how I was imagining their voice sounds.
Dude, the
Kind of
things they
buzzy.
whisper are so lovely.
Okay, we'll get back to that later. The Cree, we'll bring that up with Dr. Forrester. The Cree and Innu describe them as having narrow faces and somewhat Menominee story. Oh, and some Menominee storytellers have said that they have no noses. It is sometimes said that Memegwese were originally created from the bark of trees. Memegwese are said to carve symbols on rocks and sometimes carve small canoes for themselves out of stone.
Question mark?
Well, that question mark was added by me because a canoe
Oh.
made out of stone?
Uh,
Question mark?
it adds to that paranormal sense. It's
Sure.
otherworldly. It's the opposite what happens in our reality. So they're obviously fae-like spirits,
Now
like
let
they
me ask you
turn
this.
reality on its head.
If you were a prehistoric uh
Man.
continental American person
Yep, yep.
and you came across a tiny spaceship,
Sure,
something made of metal,
sure.
might you connect it to a canoe? Say this is a vehicle, but it's not made of wood.
Yes.
It's made of some kind of rock.
That is a linguistic theory. That is 100% how we react. We see things and we go, that's a car, that's a ship,
Mm-hmm.
that's a canoe. We have space travel now, so we now think these UFOs are spaceships. But in the 1800s, like they
Mm-hmm.
thought it's I think Nuremberg, Germany, they
Shield in the
thought an
sky.
airship got connected to a chapel and they threw stones at the person in
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
airship
yeah. As they were
trying to
like
get
trying
the
to tell them
yeah,
not to.
yeah. And that's a
Yeah.
UFO sighting. So people thought that
Yeah.
UFO, which we think is a spaceship, was a just
Yeah.
a dirigible.
A dirigible. Some people believe that their name comes from the Ojibwe word for hairy, memi, which since Memigwesi are usually described as having hairy faces and bodies. So again, we're talking about a subterranean sort of ape, a bipedal hominid. Um, Other people believe that their name is related to the word for butterfly, memingua, when Toronto buried many of its river systems, turning them into underground tunnels. Were the Memigwese buried with them?
Yes. Werewolf Radar's official stance on that is yes.
I think that is definitely a yes from us. You can actually go to the fandom.com website and see a map of the tunnel system below Toronto. And
Ooh.
it's pretty natural. It's like you can see these natural rivers and streams that used to sort of crisscross the area. Um, Creek had its beginnings about 12,000 years ago when the last remnants of the Wisconsin Glacier melted off the St. Clair Westlands. This is a sighting of the tunnel creatures. It was 1978. It was a warm summer's day in August when a Toronto man had an experience with a strange creature that would forever change his life. Ernest, he would only allow his first name to be used, was a
Okay.
soft spoken 51-year-old at the time of his harrowing experience. He and his wife of 19 years had been raising a litter of kittens. One of the kittens apparently disappeared, and Ernest decided to search for it in the vicinity of their Parliament Street apartment. Close by, he stumbled upon the opening to a dark cave and crawled approximate.
You got this. English is your first language.
Close by, he stumbled upon the opening to a dark cave and crawled approximately 10 feet inwards. This is where he said, quote, I saw a living nightmare that I'll never forget.
Perfect voice.
Soft-spoken 51-year-old man. Armed with only a flashlight, Ernest encountered a creature of unknown origin. He described the monster as, quote, long and thin, almost like a monkey, 3 feet long, large teeth, weighing maybe 30 pounds, with slate gray fur. However, it was the eyes that truly stood out, orange and red and slanted. Ernest spoke reluctantly with reporters as to what occurred next. The creature spoke to him. Roger.
Okay. Audio language. Which language?
The creature spoke to him. I'll never forget it, he said. It said, go away. Go away. In a hissing voice. Then it took off down a long tunnel off to the side. I got out of there as fast as I could. I was shaking with fear. Ernest never approached the media with his story. He was afraid that people would think he was drunk or worse, crazy, and felt that no one would ever believe him. The Toronto newspaper Sun found him after hearing about his experience from a reliable contact who worked with a relative of Ernest's and one of the handful of people to whom he had confided the experience. He would agree to talk only if his last name was not revealed. I believe Ernie saw exactly what he says he did, said Barbara, Ernest's wife. He was terrified when he came back to the apartment, and he doesn't scare easily. Look, he's been known to have a drink in the past, like most people, and to occasionally tie one on, but he's not a drunk, and he wasn't drinking at all that day. So he seems to be really worried that people will think he was drinking. Yes, there are creatures beneath our feet which use our human language, but are not of our kin. But I wasn't drunk. The Toronto Sun did question some of Ernest's relatives and neighborhood acquaintances. They found that all agreed with what he supported, with and supported Barbara's evaluation of her husband. Ernest accompanied the Sun staff, returned to the location Ernest, accompanied by Sun staff, returned to the location of his strange sighting in March of 1979. The cave's entrance was located at the bottom of a narrow passageway between the building where he lived and the one next door. Together, they found the corpse of a cat, which was, quote, half buried in the tunnel. The sad discovery reminded Ernest of, quote, strange noises like animals in pain that he had heard emanating from the tunnel prior to this frightening encounter. Pretty wild. Yeah, there's some drawings by witnesses out there. It's pretty crazy, pretty spooky. And it also leads right into our next potentially subterranean cryptid, the Agogwe.
Okay.
Which we've talked about before. This is a purported small human-like biped in East Africa. It was reported to be about 1.5 meters tall with brown or russet hair. Roger, do you know what color russet is?
It's a type of brown, I feel, as the potato.
It's like the potato. So the sightings go as thus. William Hitchens. The first recorded sighting was by Captain William Hitchens, reported in the December 1937 edition of the journal Discovery. Some years ago, this isn't the first sighting, it was the first recorded sighting.
Okay.
Some years ago, I was set on an official lion hunt in this area. The Yushure and Simibit forests of the western side of the Wembari Plains. And, while waiting in a forest glade for a man-eater, I saw 2 small, brown, furry creatures come from dense forest on one side of the glade and disappear into the thickets on the other. They were like little men, about 4 feet high, walking upright but clad in russet hair. The native hunter with me gazed in mingled fear and amazement. They were, he said, Agogwe, the furry men whom one does not see once in a lifetime.
The Furryman.
We have another sighting.
Bigfootish.
This is from Vintner Cuthbert Burgoyne. Wrote a letter to the Journal describing a sighting of something similar in 1927. In 1927, I was with my wife coasting Portuguese East Africa in a Japanese cargo boat. We were sufficiently near to land to see objects clearly with a glass of 12 magnifications. There was a sloping beach with light bush upon which several dozen baboons were hunting for and picking up shellfish or crabs to judge by their movements. 2 pure white baboons were amongst them. These are very rare, but I had heard of them previously. As we watched, 2 little brown men walked out together out of the bush and down amongst the baboons. They were certainly not any known monkey, and yet they must have been akin, or they would have disturbed the baboons. They were too far away to be seen in great detail, but these small human-like animals were probably between 4 and 5 feet tall, quite upright and graceful in figure. At the time, I was thrilled, as they were quite evidently no beast of which I had heard or read. Later, a friend and big game hunter told me he was in Portuguese East Africa with his wife and 3 other hunters and saw mother, father, and child of apparently similar animal species walk across the further side of the bush, clearing. The natives loudly forbade him to shoot.
No, no, no. Not even a little as a treat.
So Agagwe, kind of an East African, what's the little guy? The shit. What is his name? The little guy from Borneo. He's he's like a hobbit, Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway,
no,
familiar
exactly.
echoes of that guy, said to live in tunnels under the earth. But honestly, I think this guy belongs to the surface. I don't know how he got in here with the subterranean cryptids.
No, he's a service
But
man. He's got hair.
Enjoy the fucking press, Agagwe. I do like that. He seems to be living a merry life, or at least seemed to in 1927. I'm sure someone killed him and mounted him in a smoking room somewhere at this point.
Would you like to see my private room? And then they're like, yeah, sure. What's in there? And then they're like, oh God, what is that?
That's the last of the Agagwe. So that brings us to the devil creature of Sundong Cave. Sundung Cave. The devil creature of Sundong Cave, Vietnam, is a reptilian-like cryptid reported to be seen and captured on camera in the Sondung River. In the Sondung Cave, ever since it opened to the public in 2013. So this one's a little more recent. January 2015, a video on YouTube claimed to have a picture of a mysterious creature captured by one of the cave's visitors. The visitor captured the photo in 1992 and described the creature as having the body of a man, but the face and skin of a reptile. Let's watch that video.
You should have the video ability to share.
If the sound is annoying, I'll turn it off.
There are stories all over the world about monsters living right under our feet. They dwell in caves and come up to steal our children, or wait until we wander into their lair. That fear of things below is ingrained into our DNA, and is when it crosses cultures.
Here we go.
Videos more than word of mouth in the shadows. While most of the surroundings are sporadic, a little more than word of mouth or secondhand rumors. In 2015 is the only recorded sighting of what some are calling the Devils of Sondong Cave.
Yeah, that's a face.
Now, as I said before, the concept of monstrous races living in subterranean darkness under us.
They got very white teeth. Oh.
There's the concept of hell.
What an interpretation of a serpent.
Satan tempts as a snake that walks like a man.
They just showed some biblical shit, some kappa.
Artwork featuring the courts of hell.
I can't even begin to understand how many different Oni are there.
Now, to be fair, that wasn't a video. That was a picture in a video.
No, but it was definitely a unique picture. I The teeth were so white. How did they maintain such sharpness, such
Well, predator
whiteness?
teeth. They're not down there eating candy bars.
That's fair.
Local man named Hokan was originally discovered the cave, who originally encountered what he described as a devil creature. Face structure closer to that of a dragon or a lizard. He took a single photograph, so it wasn't a video. It was just a photograph. Okay. Yeah, we're ready. Stick it in, guy.
Get ready. The suspense.
Okay.
Beautiful cave, though, I must say.
Well, now this is a video of a paused. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Could that just be artifacts? Could that just be... It does almost look like a flashlight glinting off of something, huh?
Yeah, it's a flash hitting something. I don't know.
Blah.
It seems
That looks
weirdly,
almost more human, huh?
It seems weirdly out of place.
Yeah.
In 2015, we're definitely there with Photoshop. It could be Photoshop, but
sure,
that will give
could be.
everyone the benefit
Could
of the
be.
doubt.
I did want to touch on another one. There is the ant people of the Hopi.
I was wondering if you're going to mention them. I believe they saved the Hopi people, right?
According to Hopi mythology, human beings have lived through multiple worlds or stages of existence. When the first and second worlds were destroyed by cataclysms like fire, ice, and floods, the virtuous humans were guided by the spider woman, Kokyangwuti, to the sky god Sotuknang. He directed them to seek refuge with the ant people known as Anu Sinum. The ant people, described in traditional lore as having slender bodies, large heads, and ant-like features, took humans into their underground caverns. There they shared their food, protected the people, and taught them how to survive in the dark. Once the surface of the earth was safe again, the ant people guided humanity back up and instructed them on how to farm, store food, and live in harmony with the planet. Are these aliens?
Xenos to humanity, but I think they are from the Earth.
Okay, interesting. Proponents of this theory point out linguistic similarities. The Hopi word for ant is anu. The Hopi root word naki means friends. Combined, the Anunnaki bear a striking phonetic resemblance to Anunnaki, the pantheon of ancient Sumerian deities believed by some theorists to have come from the stars.
No, that's nonsense.
It feels like a reach.
Linguistic connections like that are a coincidence at most. It's like...
or they both met some sort of people claiming to call themselves the Anunnaki.
Now, in this case, that could be true. In that, you
got to be careful with ancient aliens because it discounts a lot of historical culture and the people, the kind of culture of the people who lived there at the time, and it can really erase stuff like that.
If you ever see archaeologists screaming about what they call context when people talk about ancient aliens, that is like, where was that artifact found? How was it found?
Right.
What was next to it? It's just not like, look at this unusually made bowl. So smooth today that a piece of paper can skateboard on it. Totally.
Yeah. Let's go to ancientorigins.net / myths, legends, Americans opinion guest authors, where they will surely have an unbiased opinion of this myth.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is like weirdly nuanced and they like
This,
have like the first part of it, but they were
yeah.
like, but also here is the research. I say they go myth heavy first and then truth.
The Hopi Indians have lived in the high desert of northern Arizona for thousands of years. This barren but beautiful landscape was the place where Hopi gods directed them to build a number of villages made up of pueblos, what we today call stone apartment complexes. Here, the Hopi managed to flourish by simply growing corn, beans, and squash with very little rainfall and almost no irrigation. One of the most intriguing Hopi legends involves the ant people, who were crucial to the survival of the Hopi not just once, but twice.
Yeah.
The so-called First World, or World Age, was apparently destroyed by fire, possibly some sort of volcanism, asteroid strike, or coronal mass ejection from the sun. I'm going to go so far as to even say war. Nuclear war.
That base double beat.
Maybe it had to maybe it wasn't even from our planet. Maybe it was somebody else having a war here.
But it could just be, these people saw like, oh, you guys are getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Get in here.
There
Get in
would be
here
some
real
sort of
quick.
record of that in the fossil record. I understand that. Radiation, unless they're using weapons that don't use radiation, which they
Like
would probably
fucking
have access to.
weaklings.
Uh
Use your nukes.
Once again, the Second World was destroyed by ice. Ice glaciers and the pole shifts might be a remnant of the Ice Age. The virtuous members of the Hopi tribe were guided by an odd-shaped cloud during the day and a moving star at night that led them to the sky god named Sotuknang, who finally took them to the ant people, and they helped him. Like we said, I did want to. There's two more that I want to talk about, so we're gonna
Here's a
read. We
fun
could read
theory.
more about the ant people on and on. It's a very interesting connection to other myths and legends about Xenos, Earth base or otherwise.
Here's a fun theory. That Phil Schneider gentleman, still a liar, but he was attacked. He was at that war, and they weren't fighting the Greys, or maybe the Greys and the ant people are together, and that's why the Greys have so many
Interesting
underground bases. That's a legitimate theory. Let's remove the joke that was stupid. And
sure.
is that something?
Okay. Yeah, I think that is something.
Think about it, listener.
I think you have something there.
Chad, thanks for being out there.
Thanks, Chad. So I've got two more things I want to mention to you. First of all, pale crawlers.
Okay.
We talk about this sort of new on the scene cryptid that people have maybe been seeing for a long time. We just didn't really have a word for it other than I saw a ghost or something or some kind of horror or some people freaking out. But it does seem that a lot of people are seeing whatever this is. And more than one indication suggests that they live underground, at least part of the year, perhaps. So I came across a thing posted to Crawler Sightings 4 years ago. For those of you who don't know what a pale crawler is, go back, listen to our episode on it. Listen to our episode not too long ago about the guy who called in where something jumped in the bed of his truck.
Last episode, actually.
Last episode. That's
my
the type of
segment.
thing
That
we're
is
talking
the
about here.
Pennington 911 police call.
Yeah.
That was my segment last week. We go over it, the audio.
So
Tell us what you think in the comments of this video.
Yeah. This person posts about 4 years ago. This is Lancer Doot to the Crawler Sightings subreddit. Says, I might have made a discovery. So I'm sure many of you, including myself, believe that crawlers may dwell underground during the winter in colder climates in order to survive. While I was doing some research and looked up a map of North America's cave systems and compared it to a crawler sighting map that user Quick Question 321 made. Sorry.
That's too many questions, my man. You Googled the wrong Google searches to sleep well tonight.
When I compared the two maps, the sightings and locations of the caves seemed to line up almost perfectly.
Yeah.
The most seemingly out of place sightings were in Florida as well as some parts of Texas, but due to their hotter climates, it would still make sense for crawlers to be seen there. I found this extremely interesting and thought you would all like to see this too.
I would. I would also be interested because you can do it. You can find migration patterns for Bigfoot, find maps of sightings in the winter via some sightings in the summer. I would like to see how they match up as well to this pale crawler and cave system.
For sure.
I wonder if we were joking about it in the before the show, but is there a possible feud that none of us have even scratched the surface on main campaign? Is there a war between big feet and pale crawlers?
I think there might be a war between us and Subterra that is reaching a boiling point.
Okay, so here's the map that you discussed, and one more time, it is what once again cave system via pale crawler system.
These are cave systems. This is a map of known large cave systems in the U.S.
Oh, what's a
and
karst?
This is just the ones that we can reach.
Okay.
I don't know what a karst is, but
that's for others. Yeah.
Yeah. Go. Well, yeah. Why don't you Google it real quick?
Okay. Fair enough.
Take 5 minutes away from Google someone else's Miko dolls. This is the map of known tunnel systems and I think entrances to them. Can I not just share my screen? Shit, yes I can. Hang tight. A
karst is a type of landscape formed when underlying soluble bedrock like limestone, dolomite, or gypsum is dissolved by water. Colorado has a number of these. You can Colorado, I mean all of the world has it, but Colorado has it formed by volcanic hot spring water, and you can enter one of them is the Yampa Hot Springs, and you actually enter the cave.
I've been there. Sure.
Yeah, it's glorious. I love. Great. Kylie and I are in love with caves because of that that steam vapor cave.
Not for long. So
okay.
These are all of the caves that we know. I think this is probably Yampa area around here.
Yeah, that seems Colorado.
And their openings. And these are the sightings of crawlers. So just to make this a little bit clearer, let's try to lay it over proper.
I'll spend time on this in the edit, so we'll get it proper, and I'll lay it over. But let's try and get it live a little bit. Also, is that
oh well, they're right next.
Is that the truth behind you? Have you not done your laundry, Jordan?
No, that's just closet stuff that should be in a closet, honestly. So. Here they are right next to each other. Actually, I want them right next to each other, you know?
You can do open as new new tab.
Right, I could have.
And then we can make it similar size, yeah. But also it's in the edit proper. Now, Florida has a lot of caves.
Karst caves, I'm told.
Yeah, it's
short karst.
Short karst, long karst, pseudo karst, no karst.
Long karst, everybody do the karst.
What is the difference between no karst and absent karst?
Well, one is you don't own a karst, and the other one is you loaned your karst to someone else. Hey, can I borrow your cars?
First of
No,
all, the
we're
edit for
having
that
geology
punchline made it
fun.
seem like you get sinister when you tell your jokes. Only your eye
Uh,
was available for
uh,
anyone to see. Oh, you have it pretty much there. That's perfect.
okay. So these are them right next to one another. You can see, with the exception of like what's that, although this is a huge cave system
Yeah, I
down
was gonna
here
say
in
Florida and
Florida.
yeah, South Appalachia. Thank
And
you,
you can
Spooky, for teaching
see,
me.
look at that, look at this.
That is the Appalachian Mountains or whatever
Mountain
they're
range
called. Sorry,
right here. These are the sightings around the Great Lakes up here. Look
that
at that. Look
matches.
at how fucking perfect. Even
Now,
these ones,
Minnesota has some sightings, but no caves. I guess
where
they drive there because Minnesota's lovely in the summer.
there's also this one right up here.
This is just America. It does not include caves in Canada and Mexico.
Oh, okay, okay, fair enough.
I just noticed that because also Mexico looks like they
Yeah,
got 2 sightings.
yeah.
Well, a lot down
Um,
in Cali, but that's like part of that mountain
so
range too.
this is where we end this installment of the Paranormal Underground with Jordan Dahl. I think we need to keep watching the skis,
Mm-hmm.
yes, but also keep watching your knees,
Oh, they're
which means
underneath me.
which means look down. Uh, because I think there may be more people on this planet than we know. And maybe the ones that we're seeing, imagine this. Imagine like us going into our deepest cave system and
Sure.
seeing something like this is like them going into to their like deepest cave system and seeing something as well. Like imagine if the ones that make it to the surface aren't supposed to be here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Something's driving them upward in search of food.
Maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's
Maybe just overpopulation.
exploration.
Maybe
Maybe it's a spooky thing like that to where like, oh, we didn't know you guys are up here. What the fuck are you?
the one talked to that guy.
The one fucking talking to that guy. He knows English.
Go
He
away, he
knows
said.
he knows the English verb to leave and how to conjugate it
That one
as a
sounded more
command.
like a almost like a Fey encounter.
It did though. It had a lot of
Um
Fey
But hey, who's to
energy.
say that all of this isn't connected, man? Aliens, Fae, cryptids, pale crawlers.
Me.
Okay.
I like my paranormal things separated, like the man from the movie Toys likes his food separated. He
Mm,
doesn't want his mashed potatoes mixed in with his peas.
sure. I like them mixed in.
Yeah, I know you
Mix it
do.
all together. Chow down.
All
I call it pea mash.
right, let me take the skull here. I'm gonna
Take
shine it up.
that skull.
I'm gonna go bring us to my article. It is translated from Argentinian Spanish. Thank you, El Tribuno, Myths and Legends section from just their staff. Did no one write this? Was this AI?
Could be.
Is it from Juan Carlos Jimenez?
Maybe.
I'm trying to see if that name. Anyway, it's from the fancy publication of El Tribuno. Shocking story from someone who claimed to see the Usamar. The Usamar, which we will learn, is a Bigfoot thingy bobber. So below, we transcribe the letter sent by Jimenez. So Jimenez is the witness. Let's go into what he is. Juan Carlos Jimenez is 83 years old from Yoyo, is a clinical doctor, cardiologist, and specialist in public health. He developed his medical care activity for 45 years in the Ingenio Lesdima Hospital in the Oscar Arias. Then the Oscar Arias Hospital and a doctor, on-call office of the medical clinic, author of the field guide. This man has a lot of credits. We're not going to go finish this paragraph.
Do it.
So
I need citations.
You have enough.
Okay.
So this 86-year-old, I forgot his age. 83-year-old seems to be on a vacation, sees some shit, sends in a letter to the paper, and here we have it. An inpatient was sent to the hospital for pre-surgical evaluation. I guess he is reporting the story of the witness. This witness was a 61-year-old diabetic with injuries to his left foot. He knew he was diabetic 30 years ago with irregular control and had a clear family history. Now he managed himself with insulin. He worked at the Lesdema mill, but not for 6 months due to COVID. Since he was at risk, his wife accompanied him. He had difficulty walking due to his injury that had appeared in recent months. It was a scab, the lady told me. Okay, so that was Spanish press.
I am satisfied with the citations.
Gets graphic, and that doctor sent in some medical readings.
Yeah, that's wild.
Do they have HIPAA?
I think this is another chip in the AI wrote this column.
Or do they have a form of HIPAA and this doctor's all like, this is my patient, this is what's wrong with them. I assure you this is a real person.
Yeah.
I can prove it because here's what's wrong with him and what has been wrong with him. It's okay because I didn't use his name. Wait, did he? He did not use his name.
No, he did not use his name very, very strategically. There was a friend of mine. Let's call him Juan Gonzalez.
Okay, so here we have it. The quarantine affected him a lot. He loves to work. He seemed to be clearly answering questions without complaint. Like his illness was not this is wildly translated. His illness was not an aid to his clarity of answers.
I see.
Here we go.
A detriment.
He was a hunter and fisherman. He knew the mountains.
What level?
He's not, I wouldn't say Strider level, but he's probably level 10 hunter.
Okay.
Like he knows the fields, he can survive. He's been in this time for like it seems 20 years. Like this is where he developed. After he was a child, he went to the woods.
Okay. So this was okay. This
hunter, this witness.
Right. I was trying to remember the line from Colors of the Wind, where it's like the bobcat and the ant and the stag are her friends. Whatever. Cut this.
So he says that he saw this creature and it's weird on this. Apparently the doctor has quite a lot of hair on his chest.
Go on.
And
does it get erotic?
And a little bit. The witness, I meant to say, not the doctor, has a lot of hair on his chest. And the doctor makes a note of that. And then the witness is all like, you know nothing of hair. I saw something out there.
Funny.
And he goes on to say, in quotations, poorly translated, he is like us, doctor. Short, hairy, but clumsy in his walk, moving on both feet. He makes guttural sounds and climbs trees easily.
That does sound like me, except for the trees thing.
And there he is agile, and he can escape when he sees us.
There he is agile.
But he is clumsy in his walk. So he's a tree. He's a more monkey than man.
I was going to say, you're talking about a monkey.
Yeah, but human-like.
Okay.
Where did you see it? I was young. I had left just I had just left.
Not what we asked, but go ahead.
I was young.
Once these used to be strong.
So they lived in Santa Rosa, and a cousin invited him. They were up the Colorado River going to Masanda Hill. Damn, that Colorado River goes on.
Boy, it fucking trucks, huh?
The mountain ranges.
My girl gets around.
Mountainous, foresty, lots of invisible paths. They smelled the usu, whatever that is. And Macia said, and stimulated the dogs is a fun sentence.
Okay.
That is not translated well.
Yeah.
But the dogs that they had began making some weird sounds.
I'll bet they did.
When
they
him
were
and his cousin, when him and his cousin were there. So anyway, long story short, on the jokes of this, AI is not a efficient tool to do anything.
Truth.
They look at what the dogs are barking, and they seem to be barking at a giant cedar tree.
Oh.
Where everything is tangled. And Macia said there was a mountain man who seemed to be well armed with a Winchester. There was a mountain man who had a Winchester who was hunting and said to be safe and told them of something that was following him.
Said to be safe, meaning that like he's a nice guy.
Was not attacking him, but the man with the Winchester was moving from this area and warned them of this ape man in the trees.
See. Okay, he was like, "Hey, heads up, we got some level 14 something. Bugbears coming in. You guys are gonna want to level up your one-handed."
And the hunter leaving said that he did manage to shoot one.
Whoa. Escalation.
A monkey the size of a medium-sized bear. No, the hunter just shot it. Medium-sized bear of Latin standards, not like
a monkey
an American,
the size of a
American.
man asking me not to shoot him.
Saw it fall and saw it shot in the forehead. The dogs pounced on it, tearing it apart.
Oh, guys.
When we arrived,
this is why
pieces of him and hairy limbs and the head that the hungry dogs devoured. They found the body.
They found the bod. We have a bod.
They didn't take the body back, though. They let nature claim the body, as maybe we should at this part. This isn't how I want the body, Jordan.
This isn't how you want the bod?
No, I want the body alive, eating saltines, because they haven't had the luxury of salted grain.
Yeah. No, I understand. I hate that I understand. I want the bod.
The doctor said that he was very impressed with the earnestness of the story, the patient's clarity of telling the story. It really was something that, like, this old man was telling a fellow old man about.
Sure. I would just like to point out that my story had Ernest in it, too.
Ernest. He's back. In Pog form.
In Pog form.
Now let's learn about the Usamar.
Okay.
The legend, also called Usamari or Usamare, is a bear man and ape man who is represented in different degrees of hybridization.
Cool.
From very hairy and terribly ugly bear with slight humanoid features
to hot with internet abs and bulge.
To bestial.
Internet style.
There's Latin deviant art, if that's what you're asking, Jordan.
Deviant art style, of course.
Bestial ape man is another description. They all these many descriptions all fall under this to the word, you know. So it seems that maybe Usamari, Usamare, Usamara, Usamara, is a is just an umbrella term for a
I see.
humanoid thing in
Oh,
the
okay. It's
forest.
like our Bigfoot or like hominid,
Dog,
unknown hominid
yeah,
or something.
ape man or dog man, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It does have descriptions of long hair, long beard with a forehead. So the forehead, no hair.
But elsewhere, there be
Oh,
hair down
there be
there.
hair. It would be the same Hukumare from the forested areas of the department of Chuquisaca, Bolivia. I don't know what Hukumari is. Linked to ancient Peruvian myths.
Oh, okay.
We're Googling. Oh, it's a crazy thing. It's not crazy. It's like a weird, not weird. It's a weird bear. Not weird. It's weird.
It can be weird. We're a podcast about weird shit.
It's this guy here. That's the
Oh,
Yukamari.
he looks like an ultra, he looks like a Pokemon like mega evolution.
Mhm.
And to be fair, so does that bear over there. He looks like a bear like got like used a psychic stone and got like a new psychic type or something, or
Very much
ghost
so.
type.
Very much so. Okay, let's go on and
Cool.
learn about this wonderful creature. It lives in caves.
Mm-hmm.
Previous segment.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom of ravines. Previous segment.
Mm-hmm.
But it prowls rivers and springs, bathing in them. It is easy to find its footprints there, similar to those of a bear. According to some versions, in addition to being strong, it is agile and can climb the tallest trees, according to the Library of the Salta Legislature.
So the Library of Congress. That's okay. I buy it. It still sounds like a monkey.
Let's go into it. The reality is a part of this article. The Indian or spectacled bear, as we saw in the previous picture
He's
of
very
the
cool.
Jukamari, is the species that fascinates with its characteristics that historically attracted the attention of Indian communities, imposing, solitary, and little known. Its sporadic appearances in front of human beings inspired speculation and legends such as that of the Usamar.
Yeah, my dude is giving off a lot of aura. He's a very cool, charismatic bear.
The enigmatic animal has shown signs of living in the Yungas, which is a mountain range where this sighting takes place. The southernmost bear on the planet, neat fact, is one of the most threatened by habitat destruction and poaching. Its population and genetic diversity is very low. All right, we know what you got to do, Jordan. We got to get down there and add to the genetic diversity.
This is literally always your answer. This is your answer for goblins. This is your answer for Bigfoot. This is your answer for when there's no more cantaloupe at the store.
Because things have been so inbred because we want certain perfections.
Cantaloupes aren't made that way.
I just want a melon that has my hair.
Then get out there and start fucking the patch yourself. I gotta go.
That's what Jesus teaches us. You're not wrong. But please learn about them. Take care of them if you can. Maybe learn about proper charities to support that are protecting this bear, the southernmost bear on the planet.
Oh, well, I'll see it. We'll see about that. Is that a Guinness World Record?
It is.
Accepted.
That's my segment called Usamar Bear.
And that is, in fact, the end of this episode of Werewolf Radar. Yes. We learned a lot today about the subterranean creatures living beneath our feet. We did hold the speaking skull each time, though we didn't speak about it. We're still looking for Nate. If you see him in the forests of North America, please, at this point, I'm willing to We still want him alive, but you can trap him.
Alive is preferable. He's like
Trap
that
him.
D&D card to where if it dies without a counter on it, it now becomes a werewolf with a
Oh yeah,
1/1
that's a dead
counter
man
on
switch.
it.
With like we said, he joined the Gangrel tribe. Who knows what gifts and boons they've given to him.
It's best if you don't kill him though. Keep
Yeah.
him alive.
Don't confront him, but trapping, sure. Thank you for your continued support of the show, and we're just trying to get our name out there. Please tell your friends. Please watch our YouTube clips. If you see us on TikTok or something, go ahead and share it.
Yeah. Put us on TikTok. We give you the right to do our Werewolf Radar TikTok.
Or Instagram. You know what I'm talking about. You see our shorts, get them out there. Show your friends. Show your enemies. Don't tell your parents. Don't tell your mom.
No, mom and dad don't need to know about this one.
And if they find the podcast, tell them you're holding it for a friend. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Patreon. We love you guys. Until next time, please join us in our sign-off line on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Punch the sky,
Spaceman Joe.
Joe, bro.